in the debate of what was the best moment of this year so far, the Deandre Jordan flying alley-oop dunk last night, or the Javon Clowney hit early on January 1st in the bowl game for South Carolina. I guess, and I don't know which one I would consider better. What I will say is that I consider both plays awesome. And being that I am a huge fan of watching a great alley-oop dunk, I will lean more towards the Deandre Jordan dunk. Getting their names mixed up. And it's more recent, so it's a lot more fresher in the head. And I mean, my man was just back.
No, he didn't go back. He went forward and he reached out. It was very Blake Griffin-esque.
Very Blake Griffin-esque?
Yeah.
Well, I don't care who it was. It was a sick, sick dunk. And I really, like I said, it could just be the fact that it's more recent and it's freshly in my mind how it happened and how it unfolded. Because, I mean, that Javon Clowney hit was monstrous as well. It really was. But the Deandre Jordan from last night. I mean, the R.I.P. Who was it on again? I'm sorry. R.I.P. Erich? You with me here?
Oh, Brandon Knight.
Thank
Sorry,
you.
I was about to respond to Al Money in the chat.
R.I.P. Brandon Knight was killing Twitter yet last night. It was all over the place. And I really just think that, I really, really think that that is not nice. The guy wasn't trying to, like, block the shot.
They killed him on Twitter. I mean, I'm telling you, there were hashtag, R.I.P., Brandon Knight and this and that. And it was, people just murdered this guy on Twitter yesterday. I felt kind of bad for him because, I again, like I said on the ride down, I think it was just wrong place, wrong time. I'll never fault a guy for trying to make a defensive play. Deandre Jordan got the better of him, but at least the man gave an effort. It's not like he just stood there and let him dunk over him. At least he went up to try and get it. And it failed.
Dramatically.
Well, the only reason it failed dramatically is because Deandre Jordan's got, 5 inches on Brandon Knight? And then
Probably more than that.
And not only that, but they were both in the air, so Deandre Jordan's up higher, and Brandon Knight tried to get to it, couldn't, ended up falling to the ground. And that's, again, what made it even worse is because once Jordan dunked it, Knight was already on the ground, and Deandre Jordan was just kind of standing over him. And it made it look like it was this demonstrative, pose, and everybody on the bench was like, oh, my God. It was, it's not the greatest dunk I've ever seen. And I think people need to realize that I'm never going to put this dunk in the greatest dunks I've ever seen.
Nah?
No. Definitely not.
The only reason why I don't know if I can, even though I probably would, is I always feel like the greatest dunks are the ones that you actually see happen in real life. Like, whether you're there physically or just watching it live on television, I don't really care about that part. But when I say live in real life, I just mean seeing the live action actually take place in comparison to watching it on a replay on SportsCenter. So, I mean, like I said, I think it was a sick dunk. I really am not on Brandon Knight at all, though. I would not have been part of the whole hashtag R.I.P. Brandon Knight because you know what?
I almost want to get off Twitter right now so I could just read you some of the comments.
It's not even like he got Mozgofed. You know, I mean, I just really, he just wrong place, wrong time type of moment. I really can't argue with that type of statement. Yeah. And he had the balls to make the effort, which says something. It's just, but the dunk was sick. The Javon Clowney hit, though, was sick as well. That seems to be the conversation.
Like Michael Smith last night. Michael Smith, another guy. He says, all right, it's been real. Good night, y'all. And used, night as in
Yeah.
Brandon Knight. And, it was just all night long with people coming up with stuff. I'm going to try and find some more for you. Because it was ridiculous.
See, and I feel bad for Brandon Knight. I do. Because you know what?
And Brandon Knight tweeted out, though. He tweeted out, which I actually retweeted. He put, "Are you me?" Like...
See, that's the thing, though. I'm not even hating on the guy. A lot of guys just run out of the way. They don't want to be in the poster. They don't want to give that effort. They just want to move. So they're not in the man's poster. And you know what? Credit to Brandon Knight. I mean, I really, really think that the man deserves more respect than disrespect. It's not fair to get on him for trying to make a play, trying to help his team win a game. I don't see anybody else out there.
Although I will say, Torrey Smith from the Baltimore Ravens, he tweeted out last night. He said, "What would you do if that was you?" And Torrey Smith was like, "Well, it was a great play, but it's still worth 2 points."
That's a respectful kind of thing to say. It is a great play, but only worth 2 points. Same thing could be made about his long touchdown catches. It's a great play, but it's still only worth 6.
Adonde Brian Mackey put, it was as if Jordan consumed Knight's very soul and found it wanting and so expelled it from existence. Like, that's the type of stuff people were just saying all night long.
Oh, it was brutal, man.
I'm waiting for someone to Photoshop a knocked out Manny Pacquiao next to Brandon Knight on the deck. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, people were absolutely... Jim Rome, bad things happen to good people. Hate to see that happen to Brandon Knight, R.I.P.
Yeah. I mean, that's not as bad. I mean, you do hate to see that happen to the poor guy. I mean,
don't
really,
be surprised
think about it. Would you
want
to be him?
Don't be surprised if the next episode of Law & Order is based on Deandre Jordan assaulting Brandon Knight. It was all night long with the Twitter stuff.
Oh, man. Well,
even SportsCenter got in on it. DeAndre Jordan just made bid for Dunk of the Year. Wow, SC top 10. Even SportsCenter was chiming in on it. Or Chris Paul looked down at Brandon Knight like you got lobbed the F out.
Brandon Knight, in other words, was the butt of a lot of jokes.
What part of Brandon Knight's body remained unbroken? Have the local authorities contacted DeAndre Jordan yet? Like, all night long. Just people were killing this kid, and I feel bad for him because he was trying to make a defensive play, and I'll never fault someone for trying to make... He did what he was supposed to do. He did what somebody else should have been clogging the lane doing, and he got killed for it.
Yeah, he did.
I hope you keep doing it, Brandon Knight, because I like the effort.
We're supporting you here, Brandon Knight, right here on SportsZone, on ClubZone.fm.